Monsters! 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 Monsters!
Nurse, clear my schedule.
Hello everybody. In today's video, we're doing two things. We're going to look at a very big Becky update, huge Becky update, as well as Foodie Beauty has probably had the shortest relationship I've ever seen. The dangers of talking to somebody online and not meeting them. Basically, Foodie Beauty was in a relationship and now she's not. We're going to get into it. And at the end of the video, there is a very big Pokemon Go update. As always, if you could not tell already by my intro, everything I'm saying are just my own opinions, not facts about what public figures are posting public on the internet. I would urge you to never leave anyone mention in today's video any mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. And as always, my videos are for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously. Please don't take anything I say seriously. So, Becky has posted this on Becky's community page. So, I am about to start a new job, which means I will upload when I can. Also, with the weather cooling down in a month or so, hopefully I can do more outdoor exploring. More movie content coming soon too. And a catch-up video once I can actually sit down and film it. It's been crazy lately. I appreciate all of the love and support. I really couldn't ask for cooler people watching my channel. I hope that I do provide comforting and fun content for when you're feeling down or lonely or just need to escape. That's why I make the videos that I do. I love you guys. And somebody asked Becky, what is this new job that she has gotten? You're going to want to hear this. You don't have to tell us where or when you work, but how about the category? Does it have to do with retail, food, customer service, or repairing? I think it's safe to say that Becky has been preparing for this job for a long time. Becky says, it's home health. I go to people's homes and help them have a better quality of life. Well, Becky, congratulations. You've already done this for 4 years. I'm sure you're going to be a pro. Obviously, Becky is a wonderful... Listen, no one is perfect. Becky has Becky's faults. Like, we all have our faults. I have faults. Usually many Kermits, but look, Becky has been preparing for this job for a very long time. Didn't really get paid for it the way that Becky should have. I remember I could have sworn somebody promised to give her half of the live stream earnings. If somebody made a verbal agreement with me and said that, they were going to give me half of something and then they didn't, I would have sued. But anyway, so I am super, super, super glad that Becky is working in home health. I think that Becky is an uplifting person. And I think that when you work in this type of field, it could be a really rewarding experience because you get to talk to all kinds of different people and you get to not only add to their quality of life, and sometimes they teach you really important lessons. It's a good job for Becky, I think, to have because she definitely has had a lot of experience taking care of people, and I feel like Becky's like a natural caretaker and just like really wants to make people's lives better. And Becky's a great person to have around, a true friend, as we have already seen, and would do pretty much anything for people. So good for you, Becky, for getting a job that, hopefully you enjoy. I'm really happy for Becky. It's really important to be independent in this world, and it's really also important to have a job where you're just like, you're having a good time, and also that you don't hate. Because look, everybody, that whole like story where people say like, oh, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. We loved, we lost, we tried to use hand massagers, but none were too big.
Sounds desperate to me.
I added the last part. The point here is this, okay? I don't really fully believe that. I think that no matter how much you like your job, at some point you're going to get annoyed at it. Let's just be real here, okay? But I do think that if in general you're okay with your job and you probably got into it because you have a lot of experience in it, or it's something that you genuinely wanted to do, or you feel that you can do this. Jobs are very similar to relationships. Can you deal with this for a long amount of time? And that's why, by the way, here's a little secret tip, because we're going to talk about relationships later on in this video. One of the biggest reasons why some relationships survive and some don't, and I would say this is like for most relationships, is can you deal with the other person? Can you deal with whatever they're involved with? If you can deal with the condition, the relationship is going to flourish and continue. If you can't, it won't. Becky clearly has a lot of experience taking care of people, and I think this will be a great opportunity for Becky. I think that the best thing that Becky can do is, just focus on well-being and healing from the relationships that she's been in before. I genuinely hope that she still has kept her friendships. with the people that matter to her, and I think that she should focus on herself. A lot of people obviously want her to make expose videos, and I totally understand that people want her to make these exposed videos, but realistically, this is what I would say. I would say even if she made a few expose videos and earned a lot of money on it, it would not be able to sustain her permanently on YouTube. See, the way that people make money on YouTube in and of itself is to do something that you could sustain and constantly make a similar amount of cash on it. I think even if Becky did make the 2, 3, even if Becky made 10 exposed videos, at some point Becky would have to stop, so the cash flow would stop, because the regular videos that Becky makes are not pulling in the type of views that you need in order to sustain a lifestyle. So I think it's great to have both. I always advise people to have YouTube and a career outside of it to fall back on. It's always good to have both. I am genuinely happy for Becky. Becky can do whatever Becky wants to do in life. Everybody can achieve their goals, and Becky is one of these people who can definitely do better than before, and just be happy and heal. And it's an everyday process. You have to put in the work. So I'm really happy that Becky has a new job. I'm really happy that Becky, is hopefully moving forward and doesn't have to make any expose videos. But just understand that even if Becky did do the expose videos, they would never sustain her for a long amount of time. It would just never happen. Okay, so basically, I wish Becky all the best. I'm really happy to hear about this new career. Good for you, Becky. Wish you all the best. Okay, so let's just move right along to Foodie Beauty's drama. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Foodie Beauty and what has recently happened with Foodie Beauty, okay? She basically went on her channel and she got the most amount of views, I think, 18,000 views. This is the most amount of views that she has gotten on her channel in, I would say, months, because her views are down drastically from what she used to get. She said that she's in a relationship with someone, that she has made it official with this guy, and he's amazing, and she's deleted all of her dating apps, okay? Which that was clearly stupid to do. You should never delete your dating app when you just met someone, because when you first meet someone, you don't meet them, you meet their representative. If you don't believe anything I have to say about dating, remember that. And she said that he allowed her to dox him and give out his picture and private information and everyone can know. And then in the next stream, she said she just wanted to have a couples channel and she just wants to be in a relationship with this guy and all this other stuff. She neglected to tell us right away, but later it became clear after a bunch of her talking. Eventually, she did say that she never met him. So I just wanted to stop right here. Well, okay, I will tell you the rest of the story, and then we need to seriously have a serious talk here about getting with men that you never met, okay? So basically, Foodie Beauty then says that she's single in the next stream.
Thanks for nothing.
And she says that, it's over, and should she go back on her dating apps? You should have never left, sweetheart, but it's okay. Basically, I'm going to link below some videos from Just Saying. What ended up happening, Just Saying captured this really perfectly, so go give those videos a watch if you want. People started messaging this guy on Instagram, started voice recording, started talking to him. And at first he was like, yeah, I'm with Chantal. Then it became clear that most of the stuff that she said wasn't true. She said that she video chatted with him, more redetermined. That I don't think that's true. Anyway, so back to her being single and it being over. That's it, okay? Look, I just have to say this. I understand that Foodie Beauty doesn't understand social cues, in my opinion. I understand that she, is an entertainer or whatever she wants to say on YouTube. I understand that she's doing this whole thing for views or whatever. But it's clear that she hasn't figured out that the only reason she was able to have somewhat okay relationships with BB and Pete's is because the internet wasn't involved. You cannot evolve. You can evolve. Look at me talking about Pokemon already. There's going to be a Pokemon Go update at the end of this. Talking about evolving Pokemon. No, you cannot not evolve a Pokemon, but you cannot involve 90,000 people, or in your case, Chantal, the 7,000 people that are going to watch your videos into any relationship. You should never, a great way, and it doesn't matter that it's obviously a bad idea and it's the internet who doesn't like her and trolls, right? Commenting to him. The bottom line is you should never, even if you're not on YouTube, involve a whole bunch of people in your relationship. It will never, ever, ever work. A romantic relationship is hardly ever more delicate than in the beginning. And if you're involving strangers in the beginning, it can't possibly work. This is why I think it's a horrible idea, even if you're not on the internet, to involve your friends in the relationship. Like, it's fine to meet and whatever, of course, to meet your partner, but stop involving the internet or anybody else in a two-way relationship, meaning like it's just two people there. And you need to get to know each other, and there's a huge process that goes on in the beginning. And a relationship is almost never more passionate than in the beginning. So stop involving people that can, really ruin things for you. It's kind of like the same idea of sort of like, blasting it all over Facebook. And again, we've talked about this before. There's nothing wrong with putting that you're in a relationship on Facebook, but I would never suggest it because you don't know how many people are rooting against you, and your relationship will 100% fail if you blast it to people that want you to fail. It's possible. In general, in Chantal's case, I think it's outrageous for her to even involve the internet in this. I mean, listen, those 16 or 20,000 views on both of the streams, it's not worth it. It's never going to be worth it. No amount of money is worth any true loving relationship. I mean, Chantal doesn't have this, obviously, but it's just my first advice is stop involving people in your relationship. And the second thing I got to say is we got to talk, okay? We really got to talk. So I'm going to be as nice as possible here because I understand that there's exceptions to the rule. So before I say anything, I understand that there are people out there who got involved with somebody on the internet and, they didn't meet this person for a long time. And then when they finally did meet up, they ended up in a healthy and happy relationship and they're currently married or still with that person. This is the exception to the rule. It's not the rule. And I'm very happy for those people. There's always going to be those type of people. Yes, it happens once in a while. But we're not going to talk about those people right now because they actually made it in a situation where you're probably not going to make it. So yes, those people exist. I'm not disrespecting them or anything like that. And I'm very happy that that worked out for them. But today we're going to talk about not the exceptions to the rule, but the general rule. Stop thinking you're in a relationship with someone you haven't met. If you haven't met them, there's a reason you haven't met them, Chantal. And if you haven't met a person on the internet that's pretending to be your boyfriend, I'm just gonna, take a wild guess and say that he's probably pretending to be other girls' boyfriend, okay? I mean, this is the same thing that I remember seeing when I was 20. It's so sad. Men, as you can imagine, have not changed. In all of these years, they have not changed. I didn't know that, but recently I saw that men have not changed. That's right, they haven't. And neither have women. Look, I'm just going to put it to you this way. If you are talking to a guy on the internet and he hasn't met you in about a week, you need to start asking yourself why. I understand sometimes there's long distance relationships. Like I said, there are exceptions to the rule. Many people have very healthy, wonderful long distance relationships and marry these people. And this whole story is not about you guys because I understand the exceptions to the rule exist. We're talking about Foodie Beauty, okay? Stop trusting men on the internet that have not met you in a week. I would, nowadays, with the way internet culture is, I would even give it a few days. But if a guy hasn't made serious strides or a woman hasn't made serious strides or anyone, this is not heterosexual specific at all. If a person hasn't made serious strides, okay, to meet up with you, they're probably talking to other people and you can't trust them. Don't ever, this is a surefire way, Foodie Beauty, okay, Foodie Beauty, to get hurt. Don't ever, under any circumstances, believe you are in a relationship with a person you've never met. This is just a really good way to F yourself over, if you know what I mean. This is never going to work. Yes, there are a few exceptions. Like I said, I totally respect those type of relationships. I'm glad they worked out, but it's not the norm of what's more than likely going to happen to you. Look, if a person lives in your country and in your state especially, and they haven't met you, if they're in your city, they haven't met you in a week, you need to start asking yourself. I mean, of course, sometimes people get busy with work, but remember this. If you don't believe anything I say to you, okay? People always make time for the people that they're interested in. And if they're genuine, you're not going to have to wonder if they are or not. Basically, you know that old S in the City little thing that they had going on, situation type deal, when there was this character named Burger, and he told the lead character, Carrie, to her friend Miranda or whoever, Charlotte, I don't remember which friend he said this to, but he said, listen, guys are simple. He's going to book the next date. He's going to come. He's just not that into you. That's it. That's it. He's just not that into you if he's not making a move. And honestly, the idea that grown adults are thinking that they're in relationships with people that they never met is concerning to me. But at some point, you have to ask yourself, if this person was truly interested in me, would they make a move, a real move that would make me see that they're serious? Usually, any human being is talking to you on the internet and they haven't met you and they live in your city, there's something going on. More than likely, there's other people involved. I would almost always guarantee it. Here's another free tip, and this is not really about Foodie Beauty or anyone else, obviously. This is just something else. If a person has been treating you amazingly and all of a sudden starts treating you badly, they found somebody else. It's a very teenage move to do, and people do this all the time. But just in general, the idea that Foodie Beauty actually thought that this guy was her boyfriend and deleted her apps or pretended to, or whatever the case may be, and didn't think the internet. Now, I know that she said, well, the internet can go and get him and they can go and, totally dox him, which is just, if a person allows you to dox them, there's something going on with them that I feel like is not a good idea, for you to be involved in. That's just my personal opinion. Just got to say it's my personal opinion, But the idea that Foodie Beauty actually thought and truly believed, she truly believed that she could actually be in a relationship with a man she never met, that didn't live in her country, that was gonna magically fly down and, do a couples channel with her. This is unrealistic. Has this happened before? Yes. My advice, just to be on the safe side, always go with what's probably going to happen and not what happens in very few situations. Because yes, of course, I just want to be clear, long distance relationships when you don't meet right away definitely exist. I've actually had friends that married people that they were in long distance relationships with, but these are not this doesn't happen 90% of the time. What I'm trying to say is these things exist and they're happy and they're wonderful and I would never disrespect them. But most of the time, if a guy lives in your city and he won't meet up with you, or a girl lives in your city and they won't meet up with you, there's other people involved, they're untrustworthy, and Foodie Beauty, I don't know, what is Foodie Beauty even thinking to actually truly believe, truly, really, truly, deep down inside believe that this man was going to be her boyfriend, and never ever delete any of your dating sites before you're in an actual, when you're about to be in a relationship, because it doesn't even make any realistic sense to me to give up all of your dating life for someone who you haven't even met yet. I can't even believe I have to say this, but I will, because it seems real clear that I have to say this. So one of the hallmark moments, okay, seriously, all jokes aside, one of the hallmarks of a good relationship and a relationship that works is two people being able to get along with one another. How do you know you're going to get along with a person who you've only spoken on the phone with? And by the way, just because you have good conversations or the person seems nice, never ever forget this. I believe Gavin DeBecker said this, and he's a brilliant man, and everybody should check out some of his books because they're really helpful. Basically, I believe it was Gavin that said, being nice is not a personality type. It's a way to get what you want. You understand, it's not a trait. It's just like when somebody is charming, and Gavin DeBecker is a security expert. He said, when did you know that this person was trying to charm you? Being charming is a way to get what you want. Being nice is a way to get what you want. They're not personality types, okay? So you need to be really careful out there because people are willing to take advantage of anyone for quite frankly no apparent reason. Because if they're not gonna meet up with you, they're not really getting anything out of it. It's like the typical idea of a catfish. Only, even if they show you what they look like, they could still be taking advantage of you. The fact that Foodie Beauty actually believed that she was in a relationship with a man who lived in another country, who was like suddenly her boyfriend after talking. I think she said they talked for one day. This is delusional thinking, Foodie Beauty. And the reason why you had somewhat okay relationships before that lasted years is because the internet wasn't involved. My advice to Foodie Beauty that she will not take, obviously, is this. The next time that you actually meet someone, like a decent person that you would like to maybe start something with, don't tell the internet. I understand that she sells her life for profit, but certain things, even people who sell their life for profit, certain things you just cannot tell people. And my advice is to just not share this until months and months and months in once you're in a relationship. And I understand that this is how she makes money, but at some point you have to make the decision. Do you want a healthy, well-rounded relationship, or do you want a bunch of super chats that you're not even getting? Okay, so my advice, don't waste your time on people that are not going to meet up with you right away. And be very careful, because if somebody doesn't want to meet up with you right away and lives in your city, they're probably seeing other people. Just protect yourself, think of yourself and your personal safety, your mental health first, because if someone isn't meeting up with you nowadays in about a week, you need to ask yourself, who else are they dating and why not? Foodie Booty, please stop it with these fake false boyfriends, okay? Okay, so I wanted to give you a Pokemon Go update because I haven't really done one in the videos for a while. So Go Fest happened. I was pretty happy with the last part of Go Fest. I got a few shinies that I really wanted, and I got a Hundo Buzzwall, who is an Ultra Beast. I want everybody to call me Ultra Beast because why not? That's a good name for me. Now, when you think of Buzzwall, do you think of me? No, never mind. My real name is Cretan. I don't know if you know that. That's an old name for me. Anyways, moving on. So Go Fest was okay. I got some shinies. I posted on my community page some of the shinies I got. If I remember in editing, I will. Well, of course I'll remember in editing. I mean, hello, what are we doing here? Dress rehearsal? I don't think so. Yeah, so here are some shinies that I got. I also wanted to show you some Mega Alakazam raids. So look, I am like really upset that I don't have a Hundo Melakazam. Who is Melakazam? Alakazam, okay? Basically, I have tried to get a Hundo for a long time, and it just wasn't happening. So I'm rating this Pokemon. I think he looks so cool as a Mega. And also, if you do the raids, if you do the raids for Mega Alakazam, he gets the exclusive move called Psychic. And you definitely, because he's supposed to be a good psychic attacker or whatever. The point is, if you can, do a raid. I think you get 2 free raid passes and have fun. But yeah, I'm trying to get a Hundo, 100% IV. Okay, I've also been doing, this Pokemon is now unfortunately leaving, but this is like probably the most important thing that I can say to you. By the time this video goes up, you may not have this Pokemon anymore, but just remember for next time, okay? Yes, I'm late. Better late than, never. Okay, there is a Pokemon named Galarian Weezing. I've been raiding a lot for him because I want the Hundo. I have like almost Hundos, but no Hundo. I want the Hundo and I want the shiny. The shiny isn't that different, but I still want it, right? Okay, but this is the most important thing about this Pokemon. This Pokemon has become a beast in the PvP because he now gets a fast move called Fairy Wind. Fairy Wind is a very important fast move when you are doing player versus player in Pokemon Go PvP, because Fairy Wind charges up the actually charged attacks really fast. And I've been winning a lot in PvP using this Pokemon. So I highly advise you, if you have the Galarian Weezing and you have a few extra TMs, to change the fast TM to a move called Fairy Wind. Fairy Wind is a very important fast attack, and I would give that attack to any Pokemon that gets it today, because that's a really good attack. In my opinion, it could be just as good as Charm. On Togekiss, that's a fast, really important attack. I don't think it's better, but it could be just as important. So I've been raiding for that. I've also been trying to get this shiny giraffe, and I have not succeeded. He has a blue nose. Why can't I just get a blue nose? Ugh. Raids, nothing positive. Okay, I'm still gonna keep raiding. I'm a raider. Also, there's new eggs that are coming out. Just so you know, if you open a 7-kilometer egg from your friend, you can get the baby Pokemon. It's the spectacular. What is it? Psychic spectacular. Yeah. Have you been raiding for anything good? Did you get any good shinies, 100% IVs? Are you going to raid for Mela? I can't speak today at all. It's because not enough coffee. Mega, are you going to be raiding for Mega Alakazam? Let me know in the comments down below. I love Pokemon. I'm always going to play. Are you always going to play? Some of you sometimes comment on my community pages or the videos and say you just started playing. I wish I could go back to the time when I first started playing, because you're innocent and you don't know anything that's really happening. You think everything's going to be amazing. It will. There'll be some, hurdles along the way. That's like life, right? So let me know if you caught anybody good in Pokemon Go. Anyways, that's about it for today. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you enjoyed today's video, check out the videos that are popping up here. You may enjoy those. And, I will see you very, very soon on the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.